All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market today. Today is the 9th of October. I've got gold in front of me. Now, last week, as you know, 1810, this purple zone where we're getting in, right? 1823, 1810. This is where we wanted to go long. And if you went long, you should have been okay anyway, because we were buying the dips. And I said this would be a buying opportunity for us. So no real problem there. And with the events that happened in the Middle East during the weekend, when Hamas attacked Israel. Unfortunate event, unfortunately. The market shot up and we've got a opening with a gap, as you can see. And the first target for that is 42.59 on the PST scale, and that's 1856. Okay, so 1856, as you can see, the market already did that. 1856, I'm just going to put the 1856 here, and that's what the market already did, right? Yeah, somewhere there. All right, so that's that. But let's take a look at the weekly because it is a new week. All right, so there you go. Okay, no big dramas there. We should be going up. We need to get to at least 1868, but this HCL1 level is 1876, so we want to be heading in that direction. Okay, so the market should come back to close the gap one way or another. If it's a bit geopolitical event, which is like going to put the world on edge a little bit, I guess. So the market should come back. So the minute it does, you should go in if it's an astro hour to go up. All right. So now we've got these hours here, as you can see. So the market today might do a nice rash move down to close the gap. And if that's the case, no problem. What we want to do is go long when the market comes down. Okay, don't start buying at the tops. This is an astro hour. This is an astro. You see, that's where they sold, but these zones are astro hours. So selling from this 1855 down in order to go up into 1876 is not a bad idea. Let me just do this. So I can bring this down a little bit, and this is going to be your target there. All right, 1875. That's going to be your target. Let's do that, 1875. Right there. Okay, so this is going to be your target zone, no problem. All right, so if the market does come back, which it should do to close the gap, then we should go upwards. Okay. So if we come into the daily or the weekly pivot, okay, it's good to go back up, see where the market picked up here. Okay, and yeah, like I said last week, you should have been okay with that one. All right, so the direction is up. I'm going to go long when the market comes down. SP 500. Now here, as you can see, market also went up on Friday, and we have as you can see, going down. Now remember, we did say this was good to go along these levels because we marked them in. You see these blue levels here. So going long from these levels were okay for you to do. We should head up into 51, which is 4364. Okay, 5118. We want 4364. So 4364 is where we should be heading towards. Now look, yeah, there is war and all of a sudden everybody's sold. It's true. At the end of the day, the direction is down, but this is a level for us to go up in order to sell. There's a gap here as well, okay? So at the end of the day, on Friday, they did a beautiful buy. And if you're following the market with us, you should be okay because I'm giving you the levels where they should get in to go long and where the targets are. And remember, we're still going to be coming down. What we want to do is go up in order to come down. The first zone is this here, right? Why? Because this is the first manipulation bar before it broke that. Okay, so going up there is also an option, but what I'd like to see is a breakout above this, okay? Because everybody's stop loss is probably here, so I want to go up, take out the stop losses. I want to touch this blue zone here, right? Come up into here and then sell off, okay? So I'm expecting maybe a few more days the market may go up, or what we might do with all the geopolitical events happening is have the market come down a little bit and then go up. So this zone is a bit tricky because we're in the middle of a high that was done and a low that was done. If we want to go long, we want the market to come back down to 4,182. And that's on the daily. So 4,182 is all the way down here. Okay, 4,182 is there. On the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly. As you can see, this level is all the way down there. Now, the market can push down as well. So at the end of the day, we're going down, making lower lows. So the trend is down. So when it goes up, when to sell, you're either going to have to wait for the market to go up and then sell off, or we're just going to hang out a little bit here, okay? Because this could be a little tricky with all the things that are going on today. If you use your Astro hours, do it that way. If the market goes up into an Astro hour and you find yourselves here somewhere or up there somewhere, sell it off, okay? If you find that the market came down to, I don't know, 4,182 or down into this level where the market picked up before, then, and it's an Astro hour, then go long. Okay, so, but what you don't want to be doing is mucking around in the middle because it's going to be no man's land. On the daily, this is the euro dollar. Now, same with the euro dollar, remember? Okay, with the euro dollar, we've got a target down here, but we're waving all the time. So we want to go up in order to come down. So going long last week, and remember the swing day last week was there. Okay, so Tuesday was the swing day. That's Monday. Tuesday was a swing day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So we all went up nice and easy. Now 39 is where is 1.0516 is your first support for the day. So 1.0516, in fact, just bear with me. Just bear with me. I just want to do this. Get myself sorted out here because I got a bunch of lines here. So I'm just going to refresh the whole thing. And that should give me a better look. So that 1.0516 is there. Okay, so if we come down, when we go back up again, that should also fill in the gaps. Even if this terror attack did not happen on Saturday, even if it didn't happen or hadn't occurred, right, we still would have been doing the same thing. So as you can see, despite the fact that all this drama is happening around the world, we're like going with what we are always doing. And you'll see that it works as well. If you do it at the Astro hours, it'll be fine. So I had a good push up, a little bit of a pullback in order to go back up and then want to sell again. All right. So coming down here in order to go up, that's your LCL1 line, 1.0615. We're going to put that on there as well. So 1.0615 is now going to become for us a target. All right, which is pretty much in there, 1.0615. And I'm just going to scale fix it down here. If you take a look at the weekly, we've got room to go up into 40. That's a bit out there, 1.0640. Well, it's not too bad. 1.0640 and 1.0688. 1.06 44 88, 1.0688. There we go. All right, so that's fine. 1.0640. Is it 40? 1.0642. All right, so that's 1.0642, which is pretty much there. So we've got a bit of room to go, okay? And we've got, whoops, and we've got gaps here to follow. All right, so if the market does come back down into this zone, this is good. It'll fill in the gap, indecision bar, good place to get in, stop loss under this zone here, and then, which is not far away, as you can see, 0507, right? So keeping a stop loss just under that is, something like 12 pips or something. All right, so it's no big deal. And then we can follow that up. Obviously, cover your trade at the weekly in the daily zone here, and the opening is here as well, and then follow through. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at Dow Jones. So it's a new week. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, so we're pretty much down there. Let's see, monthly, we've done that target there, which is fine. Now remember, we're expecting the markets to come down. So nothing really unusual happening here. All we got to do is just follow it through. So when the market goes up, we just keep selling it off, okay? Because we should come all the way down here. You see where I marked in before. We need to break this down, okay? And that's how it is. So we'll see how things pan out on the weekly. This is how we are. So this is support level. So we don't want to be really selling around here. The market should show us some buy reaction here and also here in this zone. But at the end of the day, we are going to come back down here, okay? At least down here. All right, so we should get into this zone. Okay. And if you take a look at the daily there, let's just do that as well. That should be all filled in, which is already filled in there. So what else have I got? Let me just tighten this up a little bit. That's closed up. We should come back into these 30,000s. Right, which is fine. We're going to come in there. All right, no problem at all. And when it does, we'll think about going long. Now, what we're going to do this week, that's the question. Your buy level is going to be 25, which is 32,601. Okay, 32,601, which is going to be low. Okay, which is going to be a bit low. 32,601 is going to be down here, isn't it? So this level is pretty low, okay, but we can do it, okay? At the end of the day, if it comes down here at an Astro hour, you can go long, okay? If we dip back down a little bit more, we can go long as well. What you can do is you can go long. Let's check out the daily as well. That was the daily. Let's check out the weekly. On the weekly, yeah, not much is going to happen because I don't really have a level down here. So what we're going to do is easy peasy. What we're going to do is that's on the daily, and that's fine. What I want to also do, you can turn this into a 1 hour chart. Now, in the 1 hour chart, what you can do is if the market comes back down to a low level, you will see in a minute, and I'll show you. All right, so this is the hourly, right? Now you see we've got room to come down here, and the market can do that. That's a beautiful push up. It's a good impulse wave, right? So what do we want? We want an A, B, C down. And what you can do on your 1 hour chart is simple. This is the A leg. A leg. So if the market goes up into 57, 33,363. Okay, so 33,363 is up here, which is just above the weekly there, 33,363, which should be enough, which also should be enough to cover this gap. So this zone at an Astro hour will probably sell off, okay, probably. But the general direction, what I would do is if it comes down, we should go long, okay? So this is the thing. Despite the fact that the market's opened, a bit low, with a gap, is because of the Middle East crises right now, which could spread out and be a big mess, but I don't think it's going to be a big mess. So what I want to do is just go with the rhythm of the market and my astrology as usual. All right, so there we go. So if we go up, we should pull down a little bit. Then if we get back into this zone, this low here, or slightly lower, your PST level, this is a good level, okay, where the market can go long again. All right, which will be slightly under there and will be right in this zone again. That's why. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ also nice. Now, as you can see, oh, this is nice on the weekly. So if we go up, we should sell off. And 14,795. Let's take a look. Let me just refresh. Rightio. So 14,795. 14,795. Okay, that's that there. If I just do this back and forth. Now, this is also a really good impulse wave. Okay, and if you're following this on Friday, everything was on the Astro hours and just went nice and easy. Okay, so no dramas there. What we want to do is, as I said with last week as well, also remember from last week, right? Come on. Last we had Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. And that's your Thursday there. Friday, slightly lower, retesting to shoot up. But from these levels, we're looking to go long and want to sell from these levels, okay? So at the end of the day, we're looking to short when we get up here as well. So on the weekly, as you can see, we've got a bit of room to go up into that zone there. For example, the 58.60, and that's going to be 15,305, 15,200. All right, so I've got 15. Let's do this. If I'll just bring this down a little bit, 15,200 and 305. 15,200 and 305 is just about there. Okay, so this zone is a target zone for us. There's a gap here, it should close that. If it comes back down into an Astro hour, you can go long. Where you can go long here, that's 14,662. In this zone, you can as well. And obviously in this zone as well, you can. So it's not a big deal. Why? Because we're waiting for Astro hours. But remember, a direction needs to be up in order to sell. Nice channel going down. We predicted the market would buy here, but it should go up and then sell, and then we should go lower than this. Okay, we're going to break this down. Okay, and then we should come lower right into this zone. Remember, I told you before, we're going to touch this line. So if it goes up, I want to sell down again. I want to come all the way into that line there, and even into that purple zone there. Okay, on the way up, be mindful about your LCL1 line, this one here, the thin red, the thin blue, 14,967. So 14,967, this is a place where you need to be careful about. Why? Because the market is obviously filling up here. Okay, so once it fills up, it'll have a sell reaction again. Okay, why? Because of the events of the weekend. So overall, a bit of a pullback to go in there and then to sell again is what we're looking at. Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin. No real dramas here, as you can see. It's just a sideways market. But with Bitcoin, you know my approach. Okay, this zone for me is a sell zone. So the market should dip lower. We should come back into the 20 zone as far as I'm concerned anyway. Okay, so these days, like this week here, and maybe a few days in there, look at your swing days, and then we should have a swing day down. This zone is also good to sell. If we if we go into that blue zone, you can also sell at Astro hours in that zone as well. This is just, in my opinion, going to go south as well. And we should get a lower price, so we should end up somewhere around the 20,000 zone, like here in this purple zone. Okay, and then the market should, if it's going to go up, it should then go up. And that's basically it. Okay, so what you can do, like I said, sell the highs in these levels. Just make note of these. You know, I don't day trade these. Okay, so I don't day trade the cryptos, but you can mark this zone as a sell zone. If the market does go up at Astrals, this is going to be your sell zone. Okay, so just mark it in like I do. If you're looking for specific PST levels, the resistance for today is going to be 67 initially, which is 28083, 28083, which is pretty much done here. Okay, so if we break above this, we should be going into 56 at least, which is going to be 28321, 28321. So these are your initial 28321. There. All right. So as you can see, this zone is a resistance zone here, and the market might sell off here. Just make sure you keep an eye out for your swing days as well. For Bitcoin, Monday is a swing day, by the way.